You know that feeling when you wake up and nothing is technically wrong? The bills are paid, nobody is sick, there's no crisis, but you lie there and feel this quiet, hollow kind of flatness, like someone turned the color down on your life without telling you. It's not sadness, it's not even really boredom. It's something harder to name, a sense that days are passing and they all look the same, that you're waiting for something to happen, some moment that will make life feel like it's actually being lived, and it just keeps not arriving. Most people who feel this way assume something is missing, a bigger goal, a better relationship, more money, a fresh start somewhere new. So they wait for the big thing, or they chase it. And even when they get closer to it, that flatness tends to follow them there too. What nobody tells you is that this feeling has almost nothing to do with what's happening in your life. It has everything to do with how your brain is paying attention to it. There's a concept in psychology called hedonic adaptation. Your nervous system is remarkably good at getting used to things. Whatever is new becomes normal. Whatever is consistent becomes invisible. It's not a character flaw. It's one of the brain's oldest survival tools. Filter out the familiar so you can stay alert to what's changing. For your ancestors, this was essential. For you, trying to feel alive in a predictable modern life, it quietly drains everything of color. Neuroscientists studying reward processing have found that the brain's dopamine system doesn't actually respond to good things. It responds to unexpected good things, to novelty, to contrast. When life settles into routine, even a comfortable and objectively good routine, dopamine activity flattens. And a flat dopamine baseline feels, from the inside, exactly like that hollow gray feeling you can't quite explain to anyone. This is not about being ungrateful. Gratitude has nothing to do with it. You can know your life is fine and still feel this way, because these are two entirely different systems operating in parallel. One is thought, the other is chemistry. Now here is where it gets more personal. For many people, this pattern didn't start in adulthood. It started much earlier, in environments where life moved at the same pace every day, where there wasn't much unpredictability, where small pleasures weren't celebrated or even noticed, where the emotional baseline of the household was neutral or muted. Children absorb the emotional tempo of their environment. If the adults around you treated ordinary moments as unremarkable, your nervous system learned to do the same. It learned to wait for something significant before registering anything as worth feeling. That's not a wound, it's an adaptation. It made sense then, it just doesn't serve you now. And it's worth saying clearly, this is not about ambition or drive or how hard you're working. Some of the most accomplished, productive people carry this feeling everywhere. Some of the most still and unhurried people never feel it at all. External circumstances are almost irrelevant here. This is about the internal sensitivity your brain developed to register daily life as something worth experiencing. Here's the counterintuitive part. The instinct when life feels flat is to reach for something large, a vacation, a new project, a significant change, and those things do work briefly, but they work for the same reason a loud noise snaps you out of a daze. The effect fades quickly because your system adapts to them too. What actually shifts the baseline, slowly and durably, is not intensity, it is granularity. The brain, when trained to notice small and specific pleasures, the particular warmth of afternoon light on a specific wall, the texture of a good cup of something, the 3 minutes before a familiar song reaches its best part, begins to recalibrate its threshold for what counts as a moment. Not because you forced positivity, not because you practiced gratitude, but because you gave the dopamine system what it actually needs: contrast, specificity, and genuine attention. This is sometimes called savoring in psychological research, but that word makes it sound passive. It's more active than it sounds. It's the deliberate act of making the brain slow down enough to register that something is happening right now that has texture and quality and is not nothing. You are not broken for feeling like life has gone gray. You are a person whose nervous system became very efficient at screening out the ordinary. That efficiency has a cost, and the cost is precisely this: a life that feels like it's always about to begin. The shift is smaller than you might expect. It starts with one moment per day that you refuse to let pass unregistered. Not a moment you manufacture, not a moment you perform for anyone, Just one ordinary moment that you actually stay inside of long enough for your brain to say, "This is happening, this is real, this is now." It sounds too quiet to matter, but the nervous system doesn't need grand gestures to recalibrate. It needs repetition. It needs evidence, gathered slowly, that ordinary time is worth inhabiting. That evidence compounds. Not dramatically, not overnight, but it does compound. Start there. One moment, fully inhabited. Let it be small. Small is precisely the point. If something in this resonated, if you recognize that feeling, or understood something about where it came from, there may be more patterns worth looking at. There's a deeper layer to why certain people struggle to feel present, even when life is genuinely good, and it connects to something most people have never had explained to them. That's what comes next.